What would you say is the biggest risk you've ever taken, Rock?
Hmm. Um, there's so many to choose from. I've made millions and lost millions. But the biggest risk, I guess, when I was given the opportunity to buy the real estate company, I was a realtor. I was just overcoming debt from a divorce and from some bad decisions I'd made. I was making about $400,000 a year as a realtor, but my expenses were about $400,000 a year. And I had just moved into a house. I had kids that were 4, 3, and 1.
Wow.
And my wife and I had 2 kind of very average cars. And my owner walked into my office and he says, "I want to sell you the company." Now, what I didn't know is that he was sick with cancer. And he looked at the 94 agents in the office and he said, "How do I quickly sell this company before anybody sees me get worse?" And he chose me because I prepaid my bill to him 6 months. And of all the realtors, realtors are notoriously bad at managing.
Hand to mouth. Mm-hmm.
They're terrible with money. So he looked down his sheet and he goes, "Who's a good prospect?" He goes, "Well, if this guy can pay his bill 6 months in advance, he's definitely on the list." And I was also innovative in the industry at the time. I was selling 100 homes a year, which the average agent was selling 6. I was hungry, aggressive, had a great work ethic, never complained. And I was also very curious. So he walked to my office and he says, "Do you want to buy the office, the entire office?" And I said, "Yes," because I say yes and I figure it out later. But inside, I was freaked out. I'm like, I don't have the money. I don't know how. I was like 5 years as an agent, and I had agents in that office. It was back in the days when RE/MAX had recruited all the top brokers from all the other agencies. And
they were the best. They were the best back then. I mean, I remember that period of time. I was in real estate then. I told they were like the creme de la creme. They were the best agents out there. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I was this new kid disturbing things in the creme de la creme, and now I was going to run this office. Right. I didn't know how to public speak. I was nervous. So I went all in. I sold my house, sold 1 car, moved into a rental, and gave him everything I had, and had to make another 100 sales that next year and run the office just to make the payments. And if I did anything wrong, my kids were out on the street and I was done. Wow. So that was one of the biggest risks. But here's the deal, is I was so freaking alive, Rod. Every day I got up, I was focused. A little ache and pain here, a little sore throat. You don't have time for that stuff.
Right.
You overcome what might normally be a problem. As I say to people that are bitching and complaining about stuff, you don't have big enough goals.